Hello and welcome back to the Fencing Referee YouTube channel. My name is Lisa Campy-Sapri and I can be found at thefencingref.com, the Fencing Referee on Facebook, and of course don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Today, well, it's probably not surprising for me to say this because the penalty chart is right behind me, is going to be about the penalty chart, T120. It is something that's going to help you if you memorize it especially. Your brain will organize the rules and how to apply them, and it will make your life a lot easier. Now, you might remember that I told you to study it when we did Rulebook 101 because it is something that is a fantastic reference material. Being that it's only a summary, some people, like myself, are super nerdy and we laminate ones. Now, I'm really nerdy, and this side, one side's in French, one side's in English. Knowing you have a problem is the first step, right? You can roll your eyes at me, that's okay. There are some differences when it comes to the chart that we're going to be going over, which is the US Fencing Rulebook one. The very top part of the international one deals with country codes, names, country colors, and not having them and the penalties associated with that, whereas ours just has the not present. So there are a little bit of differences, but not major differences, and T120 is going to be so helpful to you for your refereeing career. Now, if we look behind me, we can see the penalty chart's got four main groups. This group here is relatively minor. This group, it goes right to red, and these groups are really behavioral things, and they can go instantly to black, or they can follow you in the tournament, for example. Now, the yellow cards that we've got right here, these are minor things, and if you get one of them, they go away after the bout. And if you get a second offense in this group, you get a red. There's no yellow plus yellow equals red. It's yellow, red. The good news is that they go away. The bad news is that sometimes they have really lousy timing. I remember I was refereeing a young man, and he was a newer fencer, and he wasn't getting really well along with gravity, and also he had a bigger fencer that he kept running into and jostling, and he got a card early in the bout, and then it became 4-4, and he ran into the kid again, and he got a red card. And the dad, oh, no, you can't do that, that's not right. And what I did was I turned around, and that calm newscaster voice, I said, if it's good for the first touch, it's good for the last touch. And the look on his face, that dawning understanding. Sometimes moms and dads, they've competed or even refereed in sports, maybe fencing, maybe other sports. And honestly, that understanding that he had after the pool was over, he came up to me and he thanked me because he said, it's a lousy lesson to learn, but yeah, if it's good for the first, it's good for the last. And that's you know, and I looked at him and I said, I'm never happy to be giving that card in that situation, but it is what's the most fair thing to do. And he respected the fact that that's what you have to do. Some referees, it feels like they go out of their way to apply everything. Find a balance. Find a balance. You don't give one yellow card for one sock being down and then a red card for the other sock being down. I've never given a card for socks, I'll be honest, confessions. But that's what I mean. You don't want to over-apply the rules. Now, the second group of penalties right here, they instantly go to red. Now, I didn't give an example over here. Things like non-conforming equipment. Oh, I guess I did give an example. Jostling is an example. These guys instantly go to red. Things like not having inspection marks, pairing with your back arm. A very wise friend told me what he did when he was refereeing is he memorized those 6. Because if you fence enough and you know what these 6 are, these guys touch while falling. Well, it's not one of those 6 reds. Oh, then it's one of those. And actually, one of those times that I said touch while falling, I pointed to it, they go, I'll be darned, look at that. And this was helpful to have in my pocket. But knowing which 6 are instant reds will make your life a lot easier because you know it's not the super bad stuff. And you know it's not the minor stuff. That'll help it. Like I said, it'll help you organize your brain. The next group, the third group, I call them yellow to black. By yellow to black, I mean is that they're red, yellow, or automatically to black. It used to be that these were all red, but the wise people who change and modify and fix our rules, they realized that giving a red card to a spectator makes no sense, because who gets the point? Where does the point go? Because red cards mean a point, right? So they now have on here, these are for off the strip. Any person disturbing order, for example, not on the strip. They changed it so it makes sense. These are behavioral ones. Now these, the fourth group, is black. Things like manifest cheating, fraud, electrical communications. Recently, they added throwing the equipment and insulting the referee. And those things had happened in the past, but sometimes the words that are used in the penalty chart, for example, offense against sportsmanship, how is that different than anti-sporting behavior? Anti-sporting behavior is here, offense against sportsmanship is here. So what they did, like I said, the wise people who helped fix the rules, they made it very clear. Throwing your equipment or insulting the referee is a black card, an instant automatic black card. Now, if you remember back to the very first learning module, and actually even my intro, I said some of these modules are going to be shorter than others, and this one is nice and short, way less than 10 minutes. You have made yourself a better referee just by watching this, just by helping your brain organize our penalty chart. You are already making yourself a better referee. We're going to be going, this is when I would love to have dramatic music. I don't know how to edit yet, so I'm working on it. I promise I'm making my videos better. But I'd love to have the dramatic music, because we're going to be going over the whole penalty chart, top to bottom. Probably going to get maybe 5 or 6 penalties at a time. And then we're going to be, well, not discussing them. I know you're not in the room. But we're going to be talking about them because they're important so that you will be able to apply the rules with a nice calm. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. You're making yourself a better referee so that at your local tournament, and then at your regional tournament, and then at your national tournament, and then the better referees will be reaching out to the international level. Thank you so much for trying to make yourself a better referee, and don't forget to subscribe.